listen to these trailers as we kind of go through it.
Financial incentives that might be tax abatements or tax incentive financing or different districts that look at taxes. We see that tool used
Tip,
all the time. Different districts
tip
that look at
district.
taxes. We see that tool used all the time where a city will come in and say, wow, we don't have enough housing in our downtown core. So we're going to create a TIF or a tax incentive district so that when a developer comes in, they're having their property tax abated for a certain number of years. Or sometimes that's the path to affordable housing. I want you to build the affordable housing. I'm not going to have you pay taxes on it, which from a city point of view is really interesting because they're not putting out upfront cash. And the developer has the opportunity to recover that investment in the long term. And we're seeing those things really speed the building of affordable housing. The other things that we see in a stabilize it, projects take a minute. We don't go from blank piece of ground to a building with 200 units,
Hmm.
300 units, wherever your number is, in 8 months. It's 3 years. They realized there was a gap in converting these buildings. There's a cost to it. And they put in a program that really accounts to, and I should double, triple check the number, about $75 a square foot. Wow. To convert the building. It has a cap, so it's not 75 for forever, but it's 75 up to a certain amount. And when you convert that building, you're getting cash back, right? Like as a developer, you can borrow against that incentive. And by the way, you're not waiting 10 years to recover it, you're recovering it faster. And their payback is through their municipal property tax system. So rather than doing tax abatement, they did it upfront. And they're regaining that money over a certain number of years in their municipal tax system. It's fantastic. We were really lucky to be working with the city of Calgary. We can see the economic impact of COVID, of people working from home, giving up office leases. We had a lot of available space. And they said, oh, we got to figure out how to fix this, guys. So they developed a program where they took a section of their downtown and they said, great, we're going to incentivize people to convert these buildings. And by the way, if there's nothing good that can come with the building, we'll incentivize you to things. And by these buildings. And by the way, if there's nothing good that can come with the building, we'll incentivize you to demolish it. Wow. So in that area, the base.
Don't like the loft. Take out the B-roll where it says lofts in 214. Huh.
If you look at it today, 15% of it's under conversion. They've already built 2,700 new homes. And this is as of September of last year, so those numbers are probably better now.
Not a 15% off. Off downtown. It's 15%.
They removed 2.6 million square feet of unused office. It all became homes.
Wow. What are the myths around office to residential conversion? Like, hey, it can't be done?
All buildings are not the same. It really depends on when your building was built. You're going to have to look for what are the building code improvements I'm going to need to make. Like, yes, we need you to upgrade one elevator maybe for a gurney so that if there's an emergency, fire, life safety, you can move quicker through the building. There are a lot of things like that. Your design team can solve them. Your contracting team can quantify that cost. In some portions of the country, you may have to make a small seismic upgrade. We've got thousands of units that we're converting across the country. A lot of them on the East Coast, by the way. Actually, in New York City, if you're converting some of these buildings, you're getting density that you can't get anymore. Like if today I have a 30-story tower, if I were to tear it down and build a new one, maybe I can only go 15. So you're getting to keep value in that asset. And you're getting incredible views that ground up can't get you. You're getting some spaces that we can be really creative. A standard residential building, like just you're going to draw it simply on a piece of paper, that unit's between 30 and 35 feet deep. Office buildings, kind of, post World War II office buildings where we had operable windows still, they were probably about 30 to 35 feet deep. 1980s, we got a little deeper. We got into the 40 feet, 45 foot depth. So we look at the depth of those buildings and say, great, like how do you put a unit in that makes great use of that depth for that person? Right? There's some great hotels in the world that are actually, like, go to Chicago. Brilliant hotels. They're stunning. Turn of the era office buildings. So this isn't new, but you got to get enough floors that you can meaningfully because you got to run all the waistlines out.
Let's see, delete. Let's see.
And you're getting incredible views that ground up can't get you.
So stop at 326. Stop at 326. Where it says the ground up can't get you. 326. Ground up can't get you.
Can't get you. You're getting some space.
I think we can delete these 30-second.
Off those that look great like that for that person. Right? There's some great hotels, but you got to get enough floors that you can run all the waistlines out without needing to work. And waistlines work on gravity. So you have to take like either group them or take them through the floors. There's just some practicality about hotels in the world that are actually turn of the office buildings. So this isn't new, but you got to get enough floors that you can meet things. So this isn't
ARO. Pick it back up with 408. So this isn't new.
But you got to get enough floors that you can meaningfully convert because you got to run all the waistlines out. You got to bring new
Waistlines.
power up. You got to get plumbing to work, and waistlines work on gravity, so they go down. So you have to take like either group them or take them through the floors. There's just some
Interesting. So I like how this is working, but I think, let's see.
certain number of years, or sometimes downtown for a tax incentive district, so that when it comes in, once you build the affordable housing, I'm not going to have you pay taxes on it. They're not putting it in a blank piece of ground. The building of affordable housing. The other things that we see.
What's this? Bureau where it says luxury lofts. The bureau as a, for instance. It says luxury lofts. Luxury lofts.
And they say, great, we're going to day. I think they say,
I think we repeated. We repeated the same B-roll at 206, so let's take that out. No, not yet. I thought he walked him when I left.
Did he? I'll go.
He walked in when I was left, but it's part time. It's part time. It's afternoon now. Is he at the door? Or- Okay, stick him out then. Okay. All right.
And by the way, if there's nothing
Let's see. Let's see my other trailer.
being able to use an ARO for conversion, it takes all of that craziness and stuff off the table and allows you to get into the project faster.
Help explain what the adaptive reuse ordinance does, so that other entities that are considering implementing it or adopting it, what's the main benefits of the adaptive reuse ordinance?
It means that you can convert them, and they're what you need to consider during the conversion. It's not by approval, it's by right that you can go in and convert these assets. And LA just released its new ARO. I think it's really progressive to start saying, yeah, let's look at assets that are 15 years old, because the way in which we use buildings is changing. And that feels so funny to say, because you look around like these things are kind of forever. It feels so funny to say, because you look around like these things are kind of forever. You build them, they stay. Like, there are buildings all over the place. They're a lot older than I am. And there are a lot of buildings that are going to be here. You build them, these are kind of funny to say, because you look around funny to say.
And that feels so funny to say. Delete. Delete from the first trailer. So funny to say. Let's see.
Say, because you look around, you're like, these things are kind of forever. You build them, they stay. Like, there are buildings all over the place. They're a lot older than I am, but we are all gone. Communities come in and say, what does this asset need to be to best serve us? And not be in a 3 to 4 year entitlement process into the development community. A lot of buildings are going to be here long after we are all gone. And so the ability for the citizens, the development community.
And so the ability start back up at 051. And so the ability
for the citizen asset need to be to bet and not be your entitlement process, but to be in a we have the right to convert this to housing. We have the right to convert this to another use.
convert this up. 107. Go until 107. Convert this to housing.
We have the right to convert this to another use. Is super important. What's a great incentive? The right type of incentives to start to say, hey, how can we get affordable housing into your conversion program? And they're offering density bonuses to do so. Like, hey, you want to build more? Provide us with affordable housing. We'll let you add, instead of being 200 units per acre, we'll let you do 250.
Wow.
And so there are programs like that that are really working well.
Okay, so I want to keep that part. Okay, to 140. 140 working well.
New York City is doing tax abatement.
Yeah.
So you're getting about $2.50 of tax abatement per year for 30 years. You're getting that $75 a square foot the same way. It's just through a tax abatement system rather than through upfront funding. So for cities, there are different tools. The other thing we look at is the value of the assets.
202. Other thing we look at is the value of the assets.
And I think this has been a huge conversation in the last few years. Okay, we pay property taxes on the value of an asset. The value of my asset in 2019 was $180 million. I've got really high vacancy. Buildings are trading next door. I used to be $300 a foot. I'm now trading at $150 a square foot. The value of that asset is cut in half. My contribution to property taxes goes down. So for cities who are saying like, hey, it'll eventually just happen, they're standing in line behind the cities who are putting incentives in place because capital is flowing. People are saying, yeah, I'll take that opportunity to convert that building.
Stop at 230. 38. I'll take that opportunity. Building. All right. So let's see. So let's see. How do I think about this? Right. So I got this one. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Luxury lofts, 15% downtown. Let's see. What's the best way to go about this? So the B row we just looked at was this one, right?
That can come with the building. We'll incentivize you to demolish it. So in that area that they set aside, if you look at it today, 15% of it's under conversion. They've already built 2,700 new homes. And this is as of September of last year, so those numbers are probably better now. They removed 2.6 million square feet of unused office. It all became homes.
Wow. What are the myths around office to residential conversion? Like, hey, it can't be done.
All buildings are not the same. your contracting team can quantify that cost. In some portions of the country, you may have to make a small seismic upgrade. We've got thousands of units that we're converting across the country. A lot of them on the East Coast, by the way. Actually, in New York City, if you're converting some of these buildings, you're getting density that you can't.
Oh, this is so good.
There are financial incentives that might be tax abatements or tax incentive financing or different districts that look at taxes. We see that tool used all
Let's
the time.
see. Oh, God, I want to keep everything. So this is what I want to do. Okay. Okay.
Where a city will come in and say, well, we don't have enough housing in our downtown.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. All right. We're going to take the first beginning of this one.
People to use an ARO for conversion. It takes all of that by right, since they're thinking like these things are kind of forever. You build them, in which we use buildings is changing. And that feels so funny to say because you'll cut in half. My contribution, we can space people paying great. You're getting up $75 a square foot, the same, it's just a different tools. The value of the asset. The thing we look at is the value of the asset. The other thing we look at is the value.
Tool one. That's not the problem. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The second trailer, the 428 version is what we're going to use as the main trailer. However, we're going to start the second trailer with the first 37 seconds. I'm going to start the second trailer with the first 37 seconds of the 338 version.
Implementing it or adopting it.
And LA just released its new ARR, and LA just released ARR really progressed. We start saying, yeah, let's look at assets that are 15 years old because the way
15 years old. Stop at 15 years old. Duh. Okay.
way in which we use buildings. So there, so for the value. The other thing.
The second part we're going to add from the first trailer into the second trailer is from 159, where she says the other thing we look at is the value.
Look at in the last asset. The 15 was on list. I make it the builds to be 1/5 cents cut in half. My contribution property count. So for cities who are saying like, hey, it'll eventually just happen, they're standing in line behind the cities who are putting incentives in place because capital is flowing. People are saying, yeah.
Are you working?
Yeah. I'm going live doing my trailer for my
How
podcast.
much longer is it?
Another 5-10 minutes.
So you're lying. Because you told me it was 10 minutes total.
We were really lucky to be working with the city of Calgary. We can see the economic impact of COVID. People working from
239. 238.
People take that opportunity to convert that building.
Take that opportunity. Okay. But then we're going to add it into this section right here.
So we're going to create a TIF or tax incentive district so that when a developer comes in, they're having their property tax abated for a certain number of years. Or sometimes that's the path to affordable housing. I want you to build the affordable housing. I'm not going to have you pay taxes on it, which from a city point of view is really interesting because they're not putting out upfront cash. And the developer, it's 3 years. They realized there was a gap in converting for forever people working incentivized to be out to build. You're going to, so that if you can sell across the country, a lot of you can't space it. 30, you put a unit in, the air up, there's a power up. You got to get plumbing to work and to take like either group them or take them through the floors. Because you got to, there's stuff really for that big unit fee.
326. Okay.
45 foot feet of floor need to work and to take the
Waste lines were mentioned twice in the captions. Please delete, replace that word with waste lines. Okay. All right, that's how we do it.
meaningfully convert because you got to run all until you have to take just some practice.
Great. Let me know how that. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Hope everybody had a great day. Enjoy the Super Bowl. See you all tomorrow.